Good morning. Today is Monday, November 14th. Welcome. We will be discussing San Mateo County today, market stats, and I'll also now dive into a specific city every week. So this week we'll look at San Mateo County as well as Menlo Park. Okay, let's first take a look at a map of the county just to have an idea of what area we are talking about. So San Mateo County here, commonly referred to as the peninsula. So goes up to San Francisco, Daly City here, going all the way down to the southern end. Here's Menlo Park, and to the west side we have Half Moon Bay and Pacifica. Some highlights on the companies, right, of the peninsula, San Mateo County, would be Facebook, Meta, YouTube. In San Bruno, we have Visa, Oracle, Genentech, Gilead. So those are some of the well-known employers of the peninsula. There's also, of course, a lot of other ones as well, but those are just the ones that I want to highlight today. So let's jump right into the stats. So here are the stats. So let's look at the number of actives for sale. Actually, let me also look at pendings at the same time, so we can compare both. Okay, it's a good, let's do line on both. Okay. Okay, these are better colors. So we're looking at the whole county of San Mateo, right, which I just showed you on the map. I'm going back to 2018 to present, looking at November. So November numbers are incomplete. We're only halfway through November. But you can see it's a cyclical cycle like we talk about every week. So it goes up and down. So the blue line is the number of active, number of homes for sale. And the yellow line is the number of pendings, the number of homes that have accepted offers. Okay, so we can see that they usually go neck and neck. We can see down here, right? At the end of last year, beginning of this year, there was something different. Okay, so let's dive into those numbers. So we can see here that just looking at the raw number of available for sale actives, only had 677 for sale and 267. And it's good to look at the differences by month over year. So let's compare October 2022 to last year. So we can see it was pretty even, a little bit more actives than available for sale. And so that's kind of the reason why the market was moving so fast, right? So now let's look at 2020. We can see, so this is similar to what we have now, right? More actives than pending, okay? Which is common, see that? So look at 2019 here and 2018, right? So almost double number of actives to pending. So here we have a little bit higher number of actives to pending relative to the previous years, okay? So the next stat let's look at will be how long it's taking for homes to sell. So median number of days to sell a house. So let's look at the chart here. So you can see for the recent time, it peaked, right? And it's starting to decline. And so these two huge numbers here, I was looking back on 2019 and 2020 are the holidays, okay? So you can see here December, right? So here we're kind of back similar to the normal times of pre-COVID, right? So about 14 days to sell, which is still definitely a seller's market. And let's look at months of inventory to kind of show that. It's going to show a similar story. right? So normally we say it's a seller's market up until over 3 months of inventory. So we've never had that, right? So right now we're at 2.3 months of inventory. So we can look back here. It's a little bit higher, right? Inventory is a little bit higher, months of inventory on the market. We're still not, anywhere near a buyer's market. Okay. So finally, the last stat we'll look at here will be the median price, sales price. Right, so we can see definitely trending upwards, and there's definitely a decline, right, this year. So let's look at what that is now. So it peaked this year at 2.25 million in April. Median sales price of a single family house in San Mateo. We're down to 1.8, right? So that's about $450,000 decline, which is quite significant. However, let's look all the way back to 2018, right? So that's a $350,000 jump from there. Okay, so you're looking at it on the long-term scale, it has gone up, but in the short term, it has definitely gone down. And one of the reasons why is the interest rate environment, right, has greatly increased, as well as stock market volatility, right? This year has been on the downward side, right? Higher volatility, and the price of the stock market has actually declined. Okay, so let's jump into a specific city. So let's look at Menlo Park. So here we go. We're going to dive into Menlo Park specifically. So let me add the title here. Right, so Menlo Park is home to Meta. So you can see here, inventory peaked, right, here and here. So we're still below that. Right, so this is the number of homes for sale. So October, we had 46 homes for sale with 24 pending. So more actives than pending. So looking back to last year, we can see completely opposite, right? So 39 pending to only 29 available, right? So that was part of the reason why the prices increased so much. When we look back to 2020, right, the 79 to 35, 75 available for sale, 35 pending. And October 2019, similar story, 76 for sale, 32 pending. And going back to 2018, it's closer to even, 43 available, 28 pending. Right, so here we're similar to that number in 2018, right? So still below what we were last year. So let's look at days on market. How many days to sell? Get the chart. It's been fairly fast, right? And it's stayed pretty consistent except for one huge spike here in the winter for 2020. So the median days to sell has been about 14 days going back, right? And there was a period when the market was rocket hot, right? It was single digit, but I think 14 days is the median, and it's a good fast market still, right? But it's slower than it was before, right? We can see here where it was like single digit number of days, so down to 5 days on the market at the beginning of the year in January. Okay, so let's look at the months of inventory. So you can see here we're a little bit above, right, the inventory from pre-COVID, right? 2.3 months inventory compared to 1.3 months inventory in 2018, right? But it's similar to 2019 and 2020. So we can see here last year, right, only 0.6 months of inventory to sell. So the market was just skyrocketing up. Okay, and now lastly, let's look at the median sales price. So we can see here, right, there was quite a drastic drop, right, and it's picked back up. Okay, so let's look at the data. So it went up to almost 4 million, right, as the peak here. And we're down to just under 3.3, right? Median sales price in Menlo Park. And if we look back to 2018, that's quite a big appreciation, right? So there's definitely been a decline, but there's a pretty large appreciation in the median sales price, right, in the past 5 years. All right. So this week, we talked about San Mateo County, and we dove deep into specific city, which was Menlo Park. Next week, I think we're going to change up the format, do the same thing, look overall at the county, and then jump into a specific city in that county, right, to do a deep dive in a specific city. Just want to give a shout out to a client, that's their house, right, that they bought a few years ago in South San Francisco. Right, and what that doesn't show is the backyard, which has a beautiful view of the bay and the airport, so you can see all the planes coming and going. All right, until next time, hope everyone has an awesome day and great rest of the week.